title of this video is the importance of speaking your truth. And why I choose this to talk about is because every once in a while I have to remind myself as well of certain things, and remind myself in case I neglect my own needs somewhere. And it's in the human nature. It's something we constantly have to do. Remind ourselves to be in touch with us, to be in touch with self. And maybe these words will also help someone to remind them of the things they forgot, because life is very demanding, especially now. I think we all personally go through lots of processes. Many things are coming out that we need to deal with that maybe before we didn't have that much time to deal with. We are in confinement. Some people are really in situations where they cannot move a lot from home. So we are constantly being close to other people, and that can be very, very challenging. Well, let's go back to the subject, and I think the speaking my truth, speaking up for myself, was one of the most important lessons I had to learn. And I believe that in order to be really free and to be happy, you have to speak your truth. You have to speak your mind. You have to speak your feelings. You have to be honest with yourself, first of all. And when I say speak my truth, what I really mean with that is to get to know my own needs, my true longings, my heart desires, to regularly check in with myself, to know what is that I really need from this situation, from this person, what I need from life in general. And that can change, and that's fine. But that's why it's important to regularly check in with yourself. And before even opening our mouth to demand something from another, to react to something, it's so important before that to connect with our hearts. And of course, not every situation will allow you to first connect with your heart and then to engage in the conversation. But doing that regularly, we start to get to know ourselves more. So speaking the truth is not so hard because you know your own needs. Allow yourself to be honest with yourself, really honest. How often do you neglect your own needs in order to satisfy another person's needs? Because we need acceptance, we need love, we always have certain needs, and we act in a certain way to satisfy those needs. So what I'm saying here, the more you become really aware of what is the need, the easier will be for you to communicate your need. But first, you have to recognize it. Be honest with yourself also when it comes to your own tricks and little manipulations and games we all use to get what we want, but not really allowing ourselves to be truly transparent and to speak from the heart, to say what we truly need and want, but not to create little sideways and rabbit hole, but to really speak up. We constantly share space with others. Is it a workspace, a living space, a pleasure time? We share our time and our space with other people, and life is just one big relationship. So in order to master those relationships, we have to master the relationship with ourselves. And that's why this honesty and examining what's happening inside is so important, so that we don't get caught up so much in the circumstances outside without truly knowing what we feel and need, it's hard to get what you want when you don't know what that need really is. So to give you one example, if I want to be respected and I want that from other people, I just want them to respect me. I also have to ask myself, okay, I recognize the need here in this situation, I need respect. But I need to ask myself, do I give respect to myself first? Do I examine my needs and do I do my best to satisfy them? Or I just demand from outside to provide me that what I need without really being able to give it to myself. And we are always able, but we are not doing it. So ask yourself first, do I truly respect myself? Do I respect my time? Do I respect my need to be alone rather than with other people, but still I will stretch myself more just to please this or this? Or I truly respect myself in this moment and I give in myself what I need. I want love. But what does love mean? Love can be different. An expression of love can be different for everyone. So it is important to be clear about what love is for you and also to see with yourself, do you give love to you? Do you love yourself in all occasions? How do you talk to yourself when you're less than perfect? Do you forgive yourself? Are you gentle enough with yourself to listen to yourself, to your needs? And once you're clear with yourself and you say, okay, yes, I am not giving love to myself here, I'm not giving respect to myself here, so I should actually change that. Then it's okay to ask that from outside. And then you're in alignment with your own needs. You hear them, you respect them, you validate them, you approve of them because they do matter. And when I know that my need is validated by me, it's easy for me to speak up. We go through lots of fear through our lives, and fear of rejection and not being accepted is one of the main things we go through. So I think it's very important to overcome that fear as soon as possible in order to have a really more fulfilling life. To express yourself truly, it means to feel yourself truly, to approve of yourself, and to say it's okay, this is what I need and want, and I can ask it, and I can speak my mind, and I can say my opinion on this. And it's okay not to be approved by another, not to be validated, or maybe not even to be heard. People will meet you only to the point where they met themselves. And if I know myself, and if I'm gentle enough to accept myself in all occasions, I will be also gentle enough to accept you when you're less than perfect. When you don't give me what I want, because you're not capable at this point. But I will know that I have the power inside of me. I already recognize my needs. I know I can give them to myself. I know I can satisfy it. I know I will meet myself there. And I know that I can speak up and ask and express. And even if the other person and the other side will not be able to meet me there, I know I met myself. And then we create more flow in our relationships. We create more alignment in our own inner world. We create ease much more than we can. We know our limits, but we also know our boundaries. And that's how we take our power back, by recognizing all those parts of me, getting in touch with them, validating them, and speaking them without fear what the response might be. So I hope that these words might inspire somebody. The intention was from the heart.